Hi, my name is Lindsay Reed, and I'm the coordinator for the PCC Flea Market. I'm so excited to be here today to celebrate some of the accomplishments of our amazing students. Today, we're going to honor students who are scholars, athletes, leaders, public servants, mentors, and role models. These students have shown the ability to juggle their classes, studying, and demanding schedules, and still devote significant time and energy to a number of pursuits that positively impact PCC and their communities. Not to mention, they did all of this during a pandemic while PCC was remote for an entire year. Today, we're going to recognize students in the areas of leadership, volunteerism, entrepreneurialism, and outstanding student leadership. So let's get started.
Hi, I'm Tom Solinsky. I'm one of the founders of the Pasadena City College Flea Market. This all started with a dream and a vision to raise money for scholarships and student activities in 1977 when I was a student and Associated Student Vice President for the AS at Pasadena City College. Our first experiment was to create a flea market and auction to raise money for scholarships on the old football field at the time. And we learned a lot by that experiment. It wasn't hugely successful, but then with my brother in 1979, evolved to what the flea market more is today. We started on Hill in Colorado with 30 vendors, and those vendors would be calling our home to make reservations with my brother and I for this flea market. And we would go out and distribute flyers to the local swap meets and flea markets, including the Rose Bowl, to kind of recruit vendors. Well, with that small start, it began to explode and grow, where we have more and more vendors each month. And it became a regular monthly event versus several months, alternative months. And then grown to what we had seen of over 450 vendors each month at Pasadena City College. Now, COVID has obviously had us pause, and we are anticipating returning to the market as we knew it, and we're hopeful that can happen in the very near future. Well, again, we are fortunate that we now have early on developed a board that is very diverse with students, administrators, and community volunteers that oversees the guidance of the flea market. And we're so proud that we have been able historically to provide over $100,000 a year for support in scholarships and student activities. So I am excited that we are able to honor and recognize students with scholarships this year. With the flea market not operating and generating income, we've taken a little more conservative approach, and there's not as many scholarships as we have had in the past. But we have two areas of scholarships that we'd like to recognize, and those areas are for leadership and volunteerism. And again, we had a scholarship committee go through all your applications and review them, and there are so many excellent examples of how students have stepped up to take leadership roles, not only through Associated Students and their role as student leaders, but also in different roles where students have stepped up to create new communication devices to help students connect in this challenging time of COVID. And then on the volunteerism side, we focused on recognizing people that have given service off campus to the community. And so we are really proud to be able to recognize all of you for your leadership and volunteerism. Well, I'm honored to be able to recognize some special students in honor of my brother, the Tim Solinsky Memorial Scholarship. Unfortunately, I lost my brother and co-founder to a rare cancer in 2009. And the board wanted to memorialize him and his efforts to support PCC and the scholarships in terms of a scholarship. And so this scholarship focuses on students who have exhibited entrepreneurial actions and spirit. A little about my brother, he and I have been entrepreneurial our entire lives, including starting the flea market and starting a food concession business at the flea market. And then Tim had gone on to several business ventures, including starting a company called Innova Champion Disc that makes flying discs for disc golf. And some of you may even have used his disc if you play disc golf. He has become a world leader in this sport and helped develop it around the world. And so it is with great honor that we recognize you special students that have exhibited entrepreneurial actions, and we just congratulate you and encourage you to keep going and living that entrepreneurial dream and actions. Well, thank you for all you do in serving PCC and our community. These scholarships, I hope, will help you along your next steps in your educational adventure. And I was fortunate to receive some recognition as a student early on in my life at PCC, and it really made a difference in helping me understand that doing things for others, supporting community, taking responsibility can make the world a better place and make me a better person. And so I encourage you to keep this up throughout your life, and we just wish you all the best and congratulations on all that you do. Thanks and take care.
The members of the Earl Holder Student Leadership Scholarship Committee are pleased to be here to make the presentation to this year's recipient. Let's start with a little background on who Earl Holder was and the origins of the scholarship.
Hi, I'm Monica Sellery, and I am so lucky to have been able to call Earl Holder my grandpa. The Earl Holder Student Leadership Scholarship is intended to encourage students to take leadership roles in providing service to Pasadena City College and their community by recognizing students who have demonstrated leadership during their time at PCC. Earl Holder was a student at PCC, Pasadena Junior College at the time, and an employee of the college for 41 years. He began his PCC career in the college bookstore and later became manager of the bookstore. He was recognized by the National Association of College Stores for implementing the concept of self-service in college stores. When PCC created a position to manage the business affairs of the college, Earl Holder was asked to take that position. His titles changed and became more impressive over the years, but he always referred to himself as the college's business manager. For many years, Earl Holder was the financial advisor to PCC's associated students. In addition, he served as a chaperone on band trips and advisor to clubs and other student organizations, and as an advisor, mentor, and friend to many PCC students. His relationships with students frequently extended beyond their time at PCC. And my grandpa's mantra to me was, always take care of the people, a lesson I have carried with me through my career. Kyle, from a fellow Falcon class of 78, congratulations to you on being recipient of this year's Earl Holder Scholarship. Thanks.
And hello, I'm Dr. Stephen Johnson. I was Assistant Dean of Student Affairs at the college in the department that is currently the Office of Student Life. And I'm most pleased to be part of this committee and joining you for this presentation. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the requirements for the Earl Holder Award and also about its importance and its significance to Pasadena and PCC. So first of all, the requirements, the recipient needs to be currently enrolled in a minimum of of 6 units at PCC, have a minimum overall grade point average of 3.0 at PCC, intend to transfer to complete a baccalaureate degree, be planning to graduate from PCC at the end of the semester, during which they are applying for the scholarship, including have met all requirements for graduating at that time, and have achieved the highest levels of student leadership accomplishments and involvement. And I'm glad that last part is the last part, because it leads me into talking about really the significance of this award at Pasadena City College and within the community of Pasadena. The students, the college, everyone I think really benefits from a great history and tradition of encouraging and supporting leadership. And of course, the college devotes a number of resources, and a lot of those resources that help encourage and support student leadership are there because of what Earl Holder did, from what you just heard in terms of the history of his work at the college. So on top of the importance of having this award to, on a year after year basis, really encourage outstanding student leadership, there's that whole foundation of really important financial support that's there greatly to the benefit and of the students and to the credit of Earl Holder. So, but to look at the significance of the award to and the college, I think it's really important to think about what Pasadena and what the college together represent. And I think, you know, not only long-term historical elements like the whole Rose Parade and the Tournament of Roses, but also the college's long-term commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. And it's a real, I think, accolade of this award. It's a real benefit to students that the family and the committee over the years have recognized what Earl Holder brought to the college and to this award, and recognize that in terms of where students are at different periods in the history of the award. This award has been going for 51 years, which is awesome. I mean, it's hard to imagine something getting established and going for that length of time, and it will continue to go because it has this amazing foundation. But I think so strongly of the fact that this committee and the family and this award has responded to where student leaders have been, just like Earl Holder did in the very beginning, has responded to where student leaders are at any given time. And we know, I mean, it's a multi-decade commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion, and we know how important that is in this time. And so this is not only benefit and significance to the college and to the community by way of its length and its foundation and its history, but also by its responsiveness. And I really appreciate everybody that's involved in this, and certainly the students who step up and really hope to earn this award by all of the things they do, especially for their fellow students at the college. And so by way of saying all those things, I want to also say congratulations to the recipient, and we look forward to a great future. Thank you.
The recipient of this year's Earl Holder Student Leadership Scholarship is Kyle Schmidt. The committee felt that Kyle definitely embodied the qualities that Earl Holder had in mind when he established the scholarship. And we are very encouraged to see students like Kyle that are making the best use of their time at Pasadena City College. We were particularly impressed that Kyle took the initiative and made the effort to organize and implement activities and organizations that were of interest to him. He didn't just deal with what existed, but went on to create new things. He was one of the founders of the Pre-Law Club, which included a mock trial team, which competed on a national level. He was one of the founders of the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society, founder of the Active Minds Club, and he even started a podcast, PCC Speaks, to allow PCC students to voice their opinions on relevant issues. Kyle has held a number of leadership positions during his time at PCC. He's currently the Chief Justice of the Supreme Council. He was the PCC delegate to the Student Senate for California Community Colleges. He's the president of the Active Minds Club and the chief financial officer of Phi Theta Kappa. The thing that particularly impressed the committee was that Kyle has used his time at PCC to develop personally and to expand his horizons through the activities and leadership roles that he has assumed and participated in while he's been at the college. He's used his opportunities at PCC to develop leadership skills such as teamwork and delegation, to try new experiences, and to make the best he can of his experience at the college. He combines self-confidence and initiative with working with others, being helpful and approachable. And we felt very strongly that he exemplified the qualities that Earl Holder had in mind when he established the scholarship. I should also point out that with all that he did, Kyle maintained a 3.9 grade point average. And I will say Earl Holder, as important as he thought student activities were, he also felt strongly that they should not be pursued at the expense of a student's academic career. And certainly hasn't, it's certainly been true that Kyle has maintained his academics. And it's encouraging to see someone in a position of leadership who is going to be not only a leader, but bring knowledge and critical thinking to their leadership decisions. So on behalf of the committee, Kyle, congratulations on being the recipient of the 2021 Earl Holder Student Leadership Scholarship. Congratulations.
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 Best of luck. Best of luck to you.
Congratulations to you all on your well-deserved scholarships. We wish you well on all of your future endeavors. Thank you for joining us.